Why is it that every time black people wake up, systems shake? Why is it that the moment we start thinking for ourselves, the whole world panics? The answer is because they don't fear our skin, they don't fear our strength, they fear our waking up. And today I'm going to show you why they have spent centuries trying to keep us asleep. Let's talk about the greatest weapon ever used against us. For centuries, they didn't just enslave our bodies, they hijacked our mind. They erased our histories from the books, rewrote our identity, and fed us a version of ourselves that was never meant to be true. They told us we were savages while stealing from the civilizations we built. They told us we were inferior while imitating our culture, our style, and our very essence. The greatest weapon ever used against us, you guessed it, miseducation. As I mentioned earlier this week in a previous video, that Dr. Carter G. Woodson once said, if you can control a man's thinking, you don't have to worry about his actions. And that is why Black consciousness is the greatest act of resistance of all times. So let's travel the halls of history and see the Black leaders who shattered the illusion of this matrix. So let's see, the ones who woke up, they became unstoppable. Harriet Tubman didn't just escape slavery, she went back and freed hundreds more. So I asked those of us that have succeeded in our respective fields, what have you done to give back to your communities, to help others achieve their dreams as you have? Think about it. How can we forget our great Black leader of Marcus Garvey? He didn't just talk about Black pride. He built a whole movement that scared the US government so much they shut him down. So I ask you, are you truly down for the cause of justice, or just on the justice train when it benefits you or when it's trending on social media? Another great leader that woke up we spoke about earlier this week, Brother Malcolm X. And he didn't just preach Black liberation. He exposed the game and paid for it with his life. So I ask you, are you committed to the cause of better life for all people? Are you willing to sacrifice what you claim to love and stand for? Are you willing to sacrifice to stand for truth and justice as we claim we're all fighting for? These are the questions we must ask ourselves. Oftentimes during Black History Month, we talk about Black resistance in America, but what about in Africa? In Africa, Thomas Sankara led Burkina Faso into a new era of self-reliance before being assassinated. Why? Because when we wake up, we stop begging and start building. In 1896, Italy tried to colonize Ethiopia, thinking Africa was weak. Big mistake on their part. Emperor Menelik II and his army not only refused to bow, but they crushed the Italian forces at the Battle of Adwa. Ethiopia remained independent, proving that Africa was never a continent of helpless victims, but warriors who refused to be conquered. Learn your true history, not what they told you in school. So from the streets of Ferguson to the activists in South Africa demanding land reform, the fight for justice isn't just history, it's now, and it's global. The spirit of Menelik II and the Mau Mau warriors and all those who stood for the rights of all people, lives and their Their life lives within us. They fought against oppression. And so the question to us that we really have to think about is, what are we going to do about it? What role will we play in making sure that justice, truth, and righteousness flows to all the earth like a river of clean flowing water? This is what we have to ask ourselves. They stood for justice, and they live in us. They are our ancestors, and they live in every person who stands against oppression. So the question again is, what role will you play in this Black consciousness awakening experience? Family, believe it or not, there is an awakening happening right now. But let me tell you something. They can't stop what's happening now. The Black awakening is here. More of us are reclaiming our African roots. More of us are supporting Black-owned businesses. More of us are rejecting colonized religion and embracing our spiritual power and heritage. And that is why they are panicking. They see the shift. They feel the power. And they know the sleeping giant has awakened. So my friend, the question is, are you still sleeping? Or are you ready to reclaim your power? I want you to drop a fire emoji in the comments if you're awake and you're ready to shake up the earth. And I want you to share this message so more and more of our people can break free from the illusion. And if you want to support this movement, send a love gift to the Cash App that's pinned on the screen. The revolution isn't just going to happen, it's already happening. So stay powerful and don't go to sleep again. This has been Sankofa Sessions Podcast with your host, Chief Apostle Veronica Israel. And until next time, keep growing, keep glowing, and know that the power to change your life and the world around you starts with you.